there?
I mean, that's a good way. It's going to be on for 10 days. It's a very short run, but you can also donate to the cause there. And we were very, very fortunate that John Powell, the composer, who's Academy nominated for Wicked this year, also worked on our score with us. And we collaborated with a group called the Tanda Choir in one of the biggest townships in South Africa. And this is a group of about 30 young people between 16 and 21 who just started their own choir a year ago, and they went viral with it. And John heard one of the voices of one of these young women and was like, there is something incredible about her voice. We should try and get her. And we reached out to them, and they basically form this incredible part of this film. And what's amazing is they're all self-financed. They actually rehearse out of a shipping container. It's a very economically deprived part of the world.
Yeah.
And they're just amazing. They're these incredible young people with so much like heart. And the Dave Matthews Band discovered them. And they went on stage with them, and they're doing documentaries now. I mean, they're all just living in a place without proper rehearsal space. So we're also trying to raise money to help them. We need to get $50,000 to help them build a place where they can actually make their music.
Wow. Amazing. All right. So we will include, we're going to include the link to how you can support the film and Dr. Darwin Shaw, The Last Ranger.
The Last Ranger. And you can follow on Instagram at The Last Ranger Film.
Oh, at The Last Ranger Film. And you can also follow Darwin on Instagram. Do you have a public Instagram page if people want to follow you?
I do, at Darwinius.
At Darwinius. Mm-hmm. How do you spell it?
DARWINIUS.
Okay, amazing.
Do you have videos of you talking on there so they can hear? Just for the accent.
All right, so I'm going to do 3 quick questions about the Oscars. We're going to see if he's ready as a nominee, and there is only right and wrong answers. Okay, so it could be true or false.
True or false, okay.
Nominees don't automatically receive an Oscar statue. Only winners take home the golden statue. Nominees only get a certificate. True or false?
True.
Good. Nominees are given an official gift bag worth thousands of dollars.
It may not be the case due to the situation in LA, but yes.
True. Nominees receive a financial prize along with their nomination.
False.
Okay. An Academy votes only on artistic merit.
Ooh, that's a good one.
I think I'd have to say, of course. True.
While talent plays a role, campaigning, politics, and industry relationships heavily influence the voting process. Okay, cool. So why don't we grab the honey,
honey time,
and start doing some tasting. And while we're doing the tasting, we're going to ask some facts about honey and maybe some facts about Prague and see how Ure does.
Yeah, you nailed it, so let's see.
All right, let's grab them.
Okay.
No, I think I can grab them here.
Okay.
Yeah, we can probably cut the transition. All right, so I guess it's these 3 things, right? What do you want me to grab?
Just the two. Just the two
2?
open. Yeah, the jars.
And this I don't bring. All right.
No mystery box?
It's the same one as the small one, so
okay.
These 2 are fine.
Great. Let's do it. I'm excited. I love this honey, by the way. So
I need like 4 spoons for this erectile dysfunction.
All right, so let me see. This is
just excited.
That's called Slim.
Okay, so this one's called Slim.
Yes. We've developed it because people, of course, do want to be healthy.
Yeah.
But we got also a lot of feedback from women that if we, can do something that would help with their weight management and fat burning.
Okay.
So there are ingredients as a white bean extract, green tea extract to help with the with the
White
it
bean.
it actually blocks the absorption of
So it's probably going to be
carbohydrates.
big in the United States, because when I was in Prague, I did not see as many. Can I say fat people? Fat people. We have an obesity epidemic here in this country. People are eating the wrong stuff. They're eating too much of it. When we were in Europe, I didn't experience that. When you're in Europe,
Oh, it's changing now. It's
oh, is it?
England's following suit.
Oh, geez. Okay, well, England I could see, but the rest of Europe, I doubt will follow suit. So I'm gonna pass this around, and then you can start because you are the doctor, and then I guess grab a spoon and have a taste, and we will ask you about it, and we will all do the same, and then we'll move on to the next one. So let's go some facts about honey that I will ask you. True or false?
See what you know.
Okay.
Oh, this is coming for you, Nathaniel.
Oh, for me. Uh-oh.
Honey never spoils. True or false?
I'm going to go with true.
What do you think, Darwin?
I say true.
And Ure?
Yes, true.
Okay, that's true. They found, archaeologists have found pots of honey that are over 3,000 years old, and it's perfectly edible.
If it's not contaminated, it will last forever.
Last forever. Okay.
Forever. Wow. That's a
I'd
long
like to
time.
try some 3,000-year-old honey. Okay, give that a shot. I don't know if that's 3,000 years old, but it looks like a paste.
Yes.
Yeah, it's very very thick.
It doesn't
Kind
look
of like
honey.
peanut butter. Yeah.
And there it goes.
Definitely looks like peanut butter. Different color, but.
All right, Nathaniel.
Oh, yes. Okay, I'm ready. I'm ready this time.
How's it taste, Doctor?
It's great. It actually does taste a little bit nutty.
Yep.
All right, Nathaniel, give that a shot. Tell me what you think.
Okay. Can you hand me a spoon
All right.
over there?
While I feed you the question, all right.
Yes, okay.
Honey is bee vomit. While it sounds gross, honey is actually vomit from bees.
Okay, so as I put this in my mouth, I'm going to go with I'm hoping that's not true, and it goes.
What do you think, Doctor? Honey is bee vomit.
I think the way you asked the question makes me think yes.
Okay. And Ure?
Yes, it is.
While it sounds
honey.
gross, honey is actually not vomit. Bees store nectar in a special honey stomach separate from their digestive stomach and regurgitate it to other bees for processing. So they're regurgitating it. It sounds like it's bee vomit.
I'm not sure that's
well,
better.
it's from inside.
I'm not sure that got better as I'm swallowing this big, delicious honey, but now that I'm
It
eating
depends on your definition of what vomit
Pass that
is.
and
I
pass
guess.
that, pass that.
Yeah,
I gotta try
I'll
it.
pass
That is good. It's not honey. It's like I mean the consistency isn't like honey. It's more like a butter.
It's pasted honey, so the consistency keeps like the same all the time.
All right, I'm gonna limit my intake. I am on a ketogenic diet. I've lost 10 pounds doing keto, which is terrible for jiu-jitsu, but it is pretty good for general health. Okay, here we go. All right. Oh, this is amazing, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's delicious.
This is better. Wait a second. Is this the erectile dysfunction one you just gave us?
No, that's
No, okay.
Like, whew,
Why
that
is
explains a
Nathaniel
lot.
so happy?
This is slimming one. You can have
Yeah.
more.
All right. That actually tastes
It is delicious.
really delicious.
Yeah.
No, seriously, I'm not just saying that. It actually tastes really delicious. What is that one called? If people are gonna
Slim. It's called slim.
Slim. Okay, Wiser Slim.
Yes.
Let's.
It even tasted delicious when it was in my mouth and I thought it was vomit. So we know we're good there.
There you go.
All right. This one's for Ure. Are you ready? Okay. And while we're doing it, I'm gonna pass around this massive jug of Wise Earth.
Power.
Okay, is this
Yes.
okay?
That's the one with the cordyceps and ginseng.
Okay.
That's improving the blood flow. So that's why you know.
blood
All right,
flow
I'm gonna
where
hand this to the doctor right here.
There we go.
All right. So here we go. Raw honey. And by the way, is this raw or processed honey in here?
It is processed.
Okay, it is processed. Raw honey always has more benefits than processed honey.
I think that's true.
Hard questions.
Nathaniel?
Raw honey always has more benefits than processed honey. I am going to go with what the honey expert said with true. Yep.
Doctor?
Sure, the raw honey, but processed, whether it's had these amazing things added to it, will change that.
Well, that does sound smart.
That is false. While raw honey retains more nutrients, some processed honeys, if only lightly filtered, can still be highly nutritious and free from harmful bacteria.
That sounds like a ChatGPT nonsense.
Yeah.
I wouldn't believe that, people.
I feel like it just said all the things,
Yeah.
like all the answers. Yes and no is
Yeah.
what I heard. Yeah.
Okay. Here's a controversial one.
Ooh.
We're going to start with Nathaniel.
Uh-oh. This is
Bees die after making honey.
Bees die. Well, I mean,
Don't
they die
all bees die?
eventually.
Are you guys getting
They
philosophical
eventually die,
here? What are we doing
That's
here?
like saying like I die after I go to sleep. Like eventually, sure, but so I'm gonna go with.
I'll justify it.
Yeah, let's add some more words.
Within 2 weeks of producing honey, most bees die.
I'm gonna say false.
Doctor?
I think you've just changed 2 weeks to 2.5 weeks, something like that. It's like a trick question. I would say within a month. I think within a month they die.
And Ure?
I would go with yes.
Oh, that's false. No, worker bees live for several weeks and make small amounts of honey daily. However, male drones die after mating, and the queen bee can live for years. After mating.
You're welcome. You're welcome, gents.
What is that creature? I think it is, it's that big
Praying
green
mantis?
thing.
The
right.
praying mantis,
And
yeah.
after it mates, it kills.
The female
male?
eats the male. Yeah.
It
Eats
is
the male?
Yeah.
That's not very nice.
Well, they're tired, so they need nutrients, so they're there.
But otherwise, they're vegetarian.
Yes.
What's that tell you about vegetarians, Nathaniel?
A lot of questions come up there.
All right. So, how is that honey? Let me give that one a shot.
How is it?
This one,
This is much more like a traditional honey. It's sweeter.
it looks more like honey. It looks like it moves more like honey.
Did you try it?
No, not
Okay.
yet.
But,
There we go.
but this is
I
kind
wanted
of
you to try.
you wouldn't know necessarily it had anything added to it.
But I'm not taking these little baby spoonfuls like you guys.
Well,
I'm
the
taking like a
heart one
real
just-
spoonful.
Go for it.
Like I mean, like this is honey. You took like a little.
Yeah, but I'm already
lick
feeling
of it.
buzzed. I'm on a zero sugar diet, so this is. But surprisingly, when it comes to honey, particularly your honey, the Wise Earth honey,
What's up?
I don't really feel the super high and the super low. I wonder if I use a continuous glucose monitor, if I would see a difference between honey and just sugar. Because if I have just sugar, I'll shoot up and crash down
Yeah.
very fast. But with this, it feels much more sustained.
Exactly, because honey, there's a more continuous release of the sugar and absorption of the sugar because it's a complex sugar. So with with the crystalline sugar, it's simple sugar that just spikes your glucose levels. So
Really?
it's definitely, and it's a natural sugar. It's not like processed sugar. So it's if you wanna go with something sweet, then the honey would be
The best choice. I feel that way about dates too. Have you ever had dates?
Yeah.
I was in Tunisia not too long ago, and beautiful country. Hard to find food sometimes, especially if you're in the other place. And I had just honey and dates, which is completely not what I eat, right? I do protein and vegetables and, keep it mostly keto. But I survived for a week with just honey and dates, and it was incredible.
Well, you should be happy to live here in California then, because for the U.S., it's one of the top date-producing states in the country.
Okay, we can talk about that later, but I've seen where the dates are produced, Salton Sea. We got some things to say about that. But all right, so I'm going to throw some softball questions at you because I know this stuff is from Prague, Czech Republic. Prague Castle is one of the largest ancient castles in the world.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Let's move on to the hard questions. All right.
That's to add to that, were still people like work and go to. That's like a functional castle where there's like government and people, because there are like big castles where there are just ruins sort of, but this one is still functional.
It's unbelievable. It's a storybook castle. For you guys who haven't been to Prague Castle, it's incredible. And one of the interesting things is if you go to Prague, you can actually go visit. They're big into alchemy, right? So alchemy was kind of one of the sciences, quote unquote, that was there prior to, traditional medicine. And alchemists were the ones who were the pharmacists. They were the ones who, created medicine. And so, you had alchemists, and then you did have some like doctors, but alchemy was the thing. You can actually take a tour, an alchemy tour of Prague, and it's fantastic.
Back in the day, Prague was the capital city of alchemy in Europe.
Okay, so Prague's Old Town Square once had an alchemist market where honey-based elixirs were sold for longevity.
False.
It's true.
Okay.
In the Middle Ages, Prague was a hub for alchemy, and honey was often mixed with herbs and gold flakes in potions meant to grant health and immortality.
Wow. I mean, see how smart they were.
Pretty crazy, right?
Yeah.
Well, gold leaf gold is sometimes used for rheumatoid arthritis.
Really?
So maybe you should put gold in one and do like an arthritis one.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely, because you have like a silver, gold. Forgot the state in which they are, but they are antibacterial. Yeah.
Really? Funny enough, it's also used for Persian women. If you're married to one, they tend to like gold. Okay. The Jewish quarters golem legend includes a mystical honey ritual. When you say Jewish, Nathaniel's eyes light up. He's like, I could be involved in this. The Jewish quarter is amazing. I've never seen anything like that than the one in Prague. I mean, it's one of those cities that is like the storybook that makes you wonder if that's how the world was before war, right? The Nazis agreed somehow. They're like, dude, we're going to march through, but we're not going to destroy your city. And they were like, sounds like a deal. Right? They did some really bad things, but they marched through. They left the city untouched, so the city was unbombed. And so it really makes me wonder, like, did the world look like that in those days? Because we have nothing left. Prague is it.
Well, Hitler basically he loved Edinburgh and he loved Prague. And he basically decided he was going to save those cities because he wanted to run the empire from Edinburgh Castle and then Bohemia.
Yeah. Is that right? Mm-hmm. Also vegetarian. Not a good point for you, Nathaniel. Just putting that out there.
For me, yeah. That and cannibalism, I don't know.
All right, so the question is, the Jewish quarters golem, how would you describe a golem?
Like a big, I don't know, like a statue made of, of mud.
Yeah.
I don't know how
okay,
to describe it.
like a demon, like it's
something like that.
Something to ward off evil spirits, right? So the Golem of Prague, the Jewish quarters golem legend includes a mystical honey ritual.
I don't think so.
It's true.
Oh my God. Okay.
Rabbi Lowe, the legendary creator of the Golem of Prague, was said to have sealed honey-soaked parchment inside its mouth, symbolizing divine wisdom and sweetness of life.
Yeah.
And you did say honey would last forever.
Yeah. No, it's interesting. Those questions are really interesting, but I'm always thinking like, is this a catch because it's connected with honey and it's too good to be true, and so.
Okay, I'll give you another one. This one might be easier for you. Okay. No, there's no trick questions.
Okay.
These are all like true or false, right? Okay. So the astronomical clock that's in the town center near the castle, I've been to that. That's amazing. Has a hidden compartment containing a jar of ancient healing honey. He probably didn't know all these honey facts about Prague, and now he's going to go back. The whole brand is going to change because I truly think the brand should have stuff on there about where it comes from, because there is a connection to Prague and Czech Republic and honey, which I find amazing researching these questions. But let's not get away from the question. The astronomical clock has a hidden compartment containing a jar of ancient healing honey. The legend claims the master clockmaker, I'm going to mess this name up, Mikulas de Karen? How do you say it? Mikulash of Karen sealed the jar of mystical honey inside the clock's mechanism to ward off sickness.
True.
But historians find no proof of this.
I scored 0.
Well, it is a myth. It is a myth.
Yeah.
But
I'm sure it was true. I'm sure it was true.
dude, they have the most insane, that clock that's there.
It's beautiful.
They have this astronomical clock. I swear to God, if you had all the Disney people get together and like make a Snow White, storybook clock, it wouldn't be this nice.
Wow.
But they have it covered with all kinds of tarps and plastic and things because it's so special that it can't be ruined.
That was just when you were there, probably.
Really? Maybe. Yeah, they don't want me to
Taking it
ruin
from
it.
you, yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Maybe
Heard you
that's
were coming. They're like, well, this guy.
Yeah,
he knows
that
a lot about honey, but
that could have very so been the case. So that's amazing. What else so I actually like the nuttier, pastier one because I
too.
feel like I could. Is it okay? So here's a question I have. We drink tea. We're Persian, right? Pakistan also, right? You got your chai going on. Nathaniel comes from a Jewish background, so yes.
yeah, there's teas.
There's teas,
There's
right?
all kinds of delicious things.
I like to have my tea hot, not too hot, but hot. And I would like to have some honey with my tea. What are the things I should and shouldn't do? I've got this beautiful bottle of like this Wise Earth honey.
Yeah. So there's when you heat up honey above certain degree, I'm not sure about the Fahrenheit, but it's about 42 degrees Celsius. You lose some of the nutrients. Well, not all of it, not all of them. Just the certain part. But of course, there are so many like potions and tinctures and honeys. Teas that come along and use honey in it to heal the body or when you have flu or something, and it's put into hot tea, for example. So it is okay to put it into honey, to put it into tea or coffee. I use it. I have my coffee with honey every day. I just put the honey.
Which one do you use?
I'll use the longevity. We don't have that one.
Oh, okay.
That's the one for immunity. That's the best for immunity.
more
We
paste?
tasted it, I think, last time.
Is it more pasty or like the
It's
honey
like
one?
this one.
Okay.
It's like this one. It's a bit more fluid. So to get like, if you are super nerdy about it, just eat it directly from the spoon, directly from the jar. But if you are okay losing just the bit of minerals in the honey, it won't affect the adaptogenic mushrooms. Just the honey.
Just the honey. Okay.
So will the pasty one, when it's put in tea, like melt and get all creamy or will it just be like at the bottom and you got to spoon it out anyway?
It will dissolve. It will
okay.
very nicely dissolve.
Got it. That's exciting. Yes. Because I actually, you don't know this, but I eat honey every morning in my tea. And so, I'm picturing, what I like to do is I like to put it in, it makes the tea a little sweeter, right? And, there's a whole process to it. But anyway, so I was just picturing like if it's the pasty tea, the pasty honey, is it still going to be delicious in the tea? So it is. So that's exciting.
Well, this is a different story, man. This is like, again, in California, I feel like we're not getting real food. Dude, I love eggs, right? We've got an egg problem now. You can't get eggs. The store shelves are empty of eggs. By the way, if you want to make money, next time you come from Prague, bring a dozen eggs, man. We'll be running this town, right?
They are precious.
It's the newest currency. But you go to Europe and you're like, give me the eggs, and it gives you the eggs that's got a little dirt on it, right? It came from the cheese. Like, what are you talking about? And so the honey we get here, I suspect, is very different from the honey they get there. And people talk about this all the time. You tell me all the time, right? We go to Europe and we eat everything. We eat bread, we eat the pastas, we eat whatever they have. And you come back, you're 10 pounds lighter, you feel clean. Like, you don't feel tired. You were telling me that last time. You came back and you were like ripped, right? You're like, I'm ready to do my next film. But you come here and like, I cracked some eggs today that I had to fight some old lady for. I mean, she was rough, but once you get the walker out of her hand, you're good. And I cracked the eggs in the thing and I thought it was egg whites. The yolk was so light, right? And you taste them and you're like, oh, does every freaking thing we get here taste like cardboard? Like, what is going on with our food supply? But in Prague, it's not like that. So if you can afford it and you can get this stuff, it's going to be the best stuff that money can buy. And it's a different feel. Like, we're all sitting here like a little bit. I mean, this guy's had 2 hours of sleep, right?
He's feeling great now. Look at him.
I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
And now we're like teenage boys. We can barely stand up now.
No, that's true with the.
We better not get on a flight.
That's true with the honey. Of course, with lots of other things regarding like food in the US and what chemicals you can use here, and because most of them are banned in Europe. But I've read that it's super hard to get organic honey in the US because here you can use antibiotics and pesticides, and which is something we cannot. So that's why the quality of the honey it's definitely much better than
We just mess everything up here. I don't know why. We had such a good thing going. It's so beautiful here in California. We've got beautiful beaches. Everyone's into health. It's a great place to make money. But WTF with the food supply? Like, guys, like, we gotta work this out. Hopefully things are gonna get better. We're gonna work this out. So, and then we'll be able to frickin' eat eggs again. Like, I don't know what's going on.
Well,
right?
we have the honey cornered. We got that.
The honey we got taken care of.
So now we just need everything else.
That is true. All right. So as we are wrapping things up, we're going to start with Nathaniel. Nathaniel, super real estate broker. How do people get a hold of you, and how do people learn more about you and what you do? I know you've got a show called First Mover.
I do. I have the First Mover, being the first mover in the real estate space. The best way is actually great way to get a hold of me is my Instagram, which is at the Getzels Group or at Nathaniel Getzels. That's Getzels, because I know it's hard to spell. Not as hard to spell as your name, but still, gotta slip it in there.
This guy sells 20. That's what she said. So this guy sells $20-30 million houses. And yesterday I sent him a little clip of Kanye West's house on the beach that was abandoned, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I know that house. I know that." He knows everything. So as far as real estate goes, and he's and not only that, he's a resourceful guy. He's not one of those brokers that just ends at selling a house and taking his commission. I mean, I've seen him like literally like drive like gourmet lunch over to his clients who bought houses from him 2 years ago.
Yeah.
I mean, this man does everything and knows everybody in LA. So when LA starts rebuilding, he's always my go-to. So make sure you get him on Instagram. Dr. Darwin Shaw, I know we're going to be seeing you more on the big screen and on TV, and we're all going to be rooting for... Now, if you win this Academy Award, I'm just saying, I think the chances are pretty good. We've got some A-list people from South Africa. I'm not going to mention any names that I know are rooting for you to win that may or may not be part of the Academy. Word out there is that this may be the thing, and it's for a great cause.
Yeah.
Do you have your speech ready?
No.
Will you be jumping off a piano doing a backflip?
I literally can't think around what's happening in the next 24 hours. We're just working as a big team, just trying to get the word out there and get people to see it. And, people just responding so well. And already I think, just having this much exposure is bringing in loads of money for the rhino conservation. And we've had offers to make the feature film version of it. So we're now making plans to
Awesome.
go and shoot in South Africa
We gonna
later in the year or next
Very
year.
cool.
So what you're saying is instead of using rhinoceros horn, use Wise Earth honey.
Exactly. Forget the rhino horn and buy this. That's what I would say. Nice segue.
So
It's a great segue. That's exactly right. I mean, the whole thing with rhino poaching is the horns are used, as an aphrodisiac, etc., but also by cartels as a way of laundering money. It's like it's another precious good which they can trade.
really,
Right.
But yeah, and we're trying to dispel the myths about its medicinal use, and it's great to see that there's something which hopefully is a little cheaper than the rhino horn.
Of course. It is.
Well, there you are. You're an environmentalist now, and with some delicious honey. And I know the second that door opens, these two guys who seem like really nice and sweet, like gangsters, are going to take this honey and run. And they're going to be in their cars, and I'm going to be going.
I've already planned my exit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see you both eyeing that honey. But if people want to get a hold of this honey legit, not take it from the studio, Ure, how do people get a hold of you? How do people learn more about what you're doing?
Yeah, so all of the information about the product, the benefits and everything can be found on our website, which is wiseearth.com. It's one word. It's WYSE earth.com. And or on our Instagram channel is the same thing at wise_earth. Again, it's WYSE_earth. And it's everything's there. The testimonials, the what's inside, how can it help, and And if someone would like to reach out to me personally, there's a contact form that goes directly to me. If someone would like to collaborate or just ask any question, I'm here.
Or if they come to Prague, they can visit you in your office.
Definitely.
Right.
Okay, that's a good reason to go to Prague, man.
That and all those honey Easter eggs you've given us.
All right, I think that's our podcast. Thanks so much. Thank you guys for being on the show. Make sure you check out Wise Earth. And again, it's brought to you by Sleep Doctor glasses from Luminaire. Make sure to grab a pair. There will be a discount code on the show notes below. All right. There we go.
Perfect.
That's a wrap.
Thank you.
There you go.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys.
This just
Well
saved
done.
me.
Look at
'cause-
that. Exactly at 10. We did good.
Excellent. I love it. I love it. What is that thing?
You want to try some of this stuff? It's actually really good. Grab a spoon and grab
There's
some.
one.
There's
free-
one free spoon. Oh yeah,
Dame,
please.
dame,
Let's.
dame.
Yeah, definitely. And I'll give you my phone too if you don't mind, because I have.
And can we then have Daniel with us as well? Because
Yeah.
he's the guy behind the honey,
Of course, come on
he's
in.
the brain.
Yeah, you grab this. Yeah, come on in. This picture will be worth a lot of money. You guys should print it and send it to Darwin to sign, because you're talking Academy Award winning picture right here.
Enough now.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1,
Again, he's doing the GQ look. I can't compete with that.
1, 2, 3. Does the second camera hold that?
Okay.
Somebody send me these pictures, right?
Alright, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Nice.
Thanks,
Perfect.
buddy.
Thank
You
you.
made us look great, right?
Yeah,
So which one you
Who's
want?
sending me pictures? I want to know.
I can send it to
Okay,
you.
great.
I can send
Thank
you,
you.
like new ones. I'll just connect. I'll just connect with you on Instagram.
Yeah.
Look at me.
Yeah,
Look
great.
at me.
And,
Look at the camera.
Look at Zahim.
Yeah, I think with the mushrooms would be great.
Well done.
Yeah. So
Not saying I have a problem in that department, but
yeah.
we all could do a bit more testosterone.
Darwin.
Definitely.
Go on.
New York City 15 years ago, Bruce Ornstein's acting.
No fucking way.
I was in Vampirifica also.
That's it. Fuck
crazy.
yeah.
Isn't that wild? I
Yeah.
recognized you at the front door. You had, I think your hair was a
I
little
had
longer.
long hair,
Yeah.
Are you an actor as well?
Yeah, I was in acting class and we did a film that my teacher directed.
He's like, I'm putting
Yeah,
the top
I
back
spoke to
on
him
this
in-
one. And
Like 4 days ago.
Are you
Can they
still in
take
New York?
these? Is that
Yes,
No, no,
okay?
no,
yes,
but
yes.
Yeah.
Anyone who
We're always
yeah.
been in touch.
You guys fight over
Yeah.
which one you want.
That's cool. Man.
Perfect.
Well remembered.
Thank you.
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
I recognized you right when you walked up the steps. I put it together while you were talking.
You're a dynamic guy. He remembers you from 15 years ago. I don't remember last week.
It was like 13 years or something.
So you know who the next guest was in my house after
I live in
Darwin?
LA now, obviously.
Johnny
Cool.
Reesmeyer.
We should check.
Oh, really?
Johnny Reesmeyer stayed with me for a month
Yeah, I live in the
in my
last one.
house. He was in a rough place.
Been here like 10,
Ah.
12 years.
It was him, and then Tawny Collette,
I mean, I wish I was in New York, to be fair, but
then Orlando.
It's a very
Oh, really?
Different story, right?
You're so much nicer than me. I don't even let people near my house.
Yours.
This was different times.
Yeah.
Right.
Thank you. Yeah.
Would you do that now?
I'm
is the
quite
question.
surprised how many people in the US love honey. I thought that it would be like a niche, but it's not. Like people love honey.
So you
Here.
have distribution throughout the U.S. then?
Yes, we have. We are just finishing the warehouse in here in LA, and from here it will be distributed all over the place.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
What is that? That thing there?
It's a hood for a teleprompter.
Oh, okay. I was like, I'm staring at it the whole time. Like, what is in there? Like,
No honey.
No honey?
secret.
Dane,
secret.
podaš mi mobil, prosím.
I was
Já
hoping
iba-
there was like secret honey inside that would just like shoot out at some point.
We can arrange it for your next visit.
Perfect.
Do you have WhatsApp? May I add
yes,
your WhatsApp?
please.
All right, WhatsApp plus new contact.
Wait.
Wayne?
Sure.
Darwin.
Oh, sorry.
DARWIN.
Darwin.
Yeah. Shaw. SHAW.
SHA.
W.
All right.
All right.